All right, in this video, I'm gonna go over how to locate and swap out the flex fuel sensor for 99 to 2000, I believe, 3.0 Rangers. You've probably already done some research and found nothing, no information about that thing. I had a check engine light on my 3.0 for the flex fuel sensor circuit and went and got the circuit tested. Circuit is fine. So luckily we have a second 3.0 Ranger, whoopee. So I'm just gonna swap it out and see if the sensor is the actual problem. And I'm gonna see, well, I'm gonna show you guys how to locate it. So first off, you're gonna wanna go to the driver's side. And I got my little rolly thing here. It's transmission cross member right here. It's gonna be inside the transmission cross member. And this is the flex fuel sensor. So for reference, that's the transmission right there. This is the, well, this is the transmission too. This is a cross member right here. That's the sensor. And there is this bolt right here, this bolt right here. It's got an Allen on the top of it. It's kind of hard to see. And then an Allen on the top of that one too, which is kind of a pain, but I'll show you how to get it off. And then there's a plug, and then two more bolts. One bolt right there, one bolt right there. Simple as that. And then this is where the fuel goes in, this is where fuel goes out. All right, what you're gonna need. I got myself a little rolly thing, just because it makes it easy. But you're gonna want a 3/8 drive ratchet, and then I got some extensions, it just makes the job easier. You're gonna want a, what is this? It's a 532 Allen wrench. And I also recommend cleaning under there, because on my truck, taking it in the dirt a lot, it was really difficult to get the Allen wrench in there, and it was kind of a pain in the ass, but I already got it out actually. So I'm just swapping it from this truck to that truck. So ratchet, Allen wrench, 3/4 wrench. Then you're gonna want a 3/8 socket, and don't ask me why, but also an 8mm. I don't know why it's metric and standard, but you know, Ford. And then just a little catch can for the gas. And granted, these things are lifted, so you're probably gonna want to get a jack underneath the truck if it's not. But let's dive on in there. Ugh. So, if I remember correctly, first thing I did, this got two clips right here. And these, I kind of just filled with them enough. I could just pull them off my hands if I get lucky. I also recommend gloves for this, but you know, whatever, it's fine. All right, I cut the video right there, but I had to use two hands. I just put my finger on the back side of the clip and then pulled it with my other hand. And then, what's next? So the plug, it's got this kind of plastic coating on it. There's a little lever inside here. So I wouldn't recommend taking the plastic off. You could just push down and hear it click. There it is. And then you could wiggle it off. There you go. That's nice and clean. Okay, I think this will make it easier to see now. Okay, so these are both 3/4. So the bottom is the 3/8, and then those up there are the 8mm. So I'm gonna go grab my tool and cut the video again. Next, you wanna grab your catch can, and you're gonna take these off. So you get your 3/4 wrench, turn it this way, I believe. Yeah. So you're gonna wanna turn it towards the engine. And this is where I busted my knuckle last time, as you can see. After breaking both of them loose and the back side of my knuckles, you can now twist these off. Got my catch can ready. All right. Let that drip out a little bit. Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I mean, I think you can probably get the flex fuel sensor off without having to take these 2 bolts off back here. So we're gonna try it with the 3/8 socket. So maybe an extension isn't necessary, but this is where you get your Allen wrench. And this is where I kind of recommend to clean the truck. So you want to get under here because the Allen wrench goes up top. And this side's a lot easier than the other side because the other side you're wedged up against the frame rail. But after all, it does seem to be gunked up. So I'm gonna get a little pick in there, kind of clean it out, and then come back to the video. All right, I managed to get the Allen wrench in there. This is by far the most difficult part. So I got a little wood screw and I started scraping it around in there. You still kind of want to wedge it in there, get some pressure in there, and, you know, kind of hold it down while you're loosening these nuts. So I am gonna take these out and come back to the video. So be patient with this. This is the hardest part. I don't know if I've said that already, but this is the hardest part of the whole job right here. Because as you can see right here, that's the bolt. And you can't get this bottom plate off without unbolting that because of this connected to the line. I don't really want to mess with that. So it's kind of a pain. So you'll have to kind of like turn this a little bit, get the threads in the right position to get the Allen wrench facing this way, or whatever works best, but this is what worked for me. So I'm gonna take these out and we're gonna go from there. All right, here's a little update. I got this bolt out with ease. And after struggling with this bolt and going inside and crying for a little bit, I stripped the threads on the nut and I am caught in somewhat of a predicament. The impact gun did probably the most damage in the sense of stripping the threads. I tried it because this thing is just so rusted and just jacked up to the point where I was bending the Allen wrench. I don't know if you can kind of see it. I was bending the Allen wrench. I was putting so much force into it. So yeah, when I figure something out, I'm gonna come back. I would love to just cut it off, but you know, dealing with fuel right here, I don't think sparks would be the best idea. So I hope I come up with an update and actually finish this video. All right, now we got the flash on. Losing a little bit of daylight here. But after I beat this senselessly and you know, yanked on it a ton of times, I finally busted the nut. And I was able to get this thing out. You know, just kind of destroy my hand in the whole process, but it's out. And we have one less bolt to install. Oh, shit. Dope. All right, we are now under my truck. And as you can see, I took this bottom plate off. Oh man, I'm still out of breath. Okay, so we got the sensor from the other truck. Is that clean enough? Yeah, it was good enough. Good enough. All right, so we're gonna reinstall this thing. And I'm gonna try to give some tips along the way. All right, these bolts are reinstalled. I found that the torque gun helps out a ton if your threads aren't completely destroyed and rusted out, because that other truck over there was out of state, so I'm sure it was somewhere where they salted the roads and got rust everywhere. But okay, so in order to put these back on, I want to get the most amount of leverage, so I'm going to bolt this plate back on. I believe that's the two 8mm bolts. And why is it not? Okay. Okay, I'm going to put these 2 bolts back in and come back in a second. 2 bolts are back in. Impact works wonders. So now it's time to plug this thing back in. As you can see, it's clean. It's clean on the inside too. And as I assume, just clicks in. Easy enough. All right, move on to these things. It's kind of hard to, I guess, mix them up, but I want to get them if they're gonna get hand tight. Seem to be at a weird angle. Oh, now it's catching. All right, cool. Okay, now that that's on, I need to get my wrench that's all the way over there. Look at that footwork. Okay, so it's gonna go towards the back of the truck. Okay, so I tightened it as much as I could. Couldn't get that any tighter. We're gonna prime the truck up and see if it leaks. Almost forgot the clips. Okay, we're under the truck again. Maybe that's what I was missing. It's easy enough. Still wiggles around, but it's better with the clip. The other clip. Cool. That's on, make sure that's plugged in. Those 2 bolts are in. Those are in. Everything else looks good. Cool. Now we're gonna start the truck up. All right, now inside. Should go to know that, I'll take this off so you can see better. Should go to know that when dealing with fuel stuff, you want to prime it up 3 or 4 times. When taking things off. No leaks. Let's see. All right, it's dry. Not usually something I would be happy about, but I'm happy about it. Now let's start her up. Leaking. All right, and as you can see, I got a check engine. Well, that is how you replace the flex fuel sensor on 2000 to 99 Ford Rangers 3.0s. Jeez, I'm tired, man. Wasn't really a fun project, but I mean, there wasn't too much that went into it. Everything that I read online said, oh, these sensors never go bad. There's like no information on these things. And when you look them up, they're like 650 bucks. So it's kind of a big deal, especially if it does go bad. And Ranger forums kind of suck. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Or at least if you found it entertaining, you know, just leave a like on the video. That'd be cool. Hopefully this fixes my issue, but as of now, that's how you replace a flex fuel sensor. And maybe next video, I will show you how to do this. So we'll see. We will see. Peace out, guys.